So picture this. It's early morning, January 2026. A home builder walks into the office, flips on the lights, pours that first cup of coffee, and gets to work.
The classic routine. Trying to fix 3 problems before lunch, right?
Exactly. And honestly, that routine hasn't changed in decades. But here is the thing. While the routine is the same, the ground underneath that office is shifting violently.
Yeah, we're looking at an article by John McManus that basically says doing what you did in 2025 isn't going to cut it anymore.
McManus calls this a catalytic moment. For the last few years, changes were incremental. You could nudge things along.
Right, a little tweak here, a little hunch there. But now, he says there's no safe middle ground left. It's invest and defend or grow and brace.
It's literally invest or else. The warning signs are everywhere. Margin compression, trade friction, but people ignore them until it's too late.
So what's causing this earthquake? McManus points out 3 specific fault lines. The first one is huge: capital asymmetry.
Okay, fancy term. Break it down.
It's the gap between the massive public builders, or the ones owned by global asset managers, and the local private guys. And it's not just about being big.
Right, it's about having the cash to fail. The big guys can afford to experiment and mess up. The small guys, their money is tied up in dirt and lumber. They can't afford a learning curve.
That is such a key point. The industry has always relied on heroic execution. You know, the superintendent who stays late and fixes the mess.
But you can't scale heroism. The big players are moving to learning systems. They're using R&D to design mistakes out of the process.
Exactly. While the small builder is improvising in the field, the big builder is using data to make sure they never have to improvise in the first place.
Which brings us to the second fault line, the disconnect between IT and OT.
Or in plain English, the office versus the field.
Yes, in so many firms, these 2 groups are speaking totally different languages. The back office looks at reports, while the front line deals with reality.
And usually, the office only finds out there's a problem after the money is already lost. McManus calls this distance strategically dangerous. And for everyone thinking, oh, I'll just use AI to fix that, think again.
Oh, I loved this part. He says AI doesn't fix the problem, it exposes it. If your data's a mess, AI just amplifies the noise.
Right. If you don't have a digital thread connecting design to construction, AI is useless. You need a coherent system first.
Then there's the third fault line, demand itself. We're seeing this K-shaped economy.
It's the split. You've got buyers who are just hesitant psychologically, and then you've got people who are totally priced out.
And in a market like that, you can't guess. You need precision. You need to know exactly which product at which price will convert a maybe into a yes.
And you can't have precision if your back office and front office aren't talking.
There was one other structural reality he mentioned that really hit home for me.
The lawyer thing?
Yes. He said while China organizes around engineers and systems, the U.S. organizes around lawyers and contracts.
We're better at documenting who to blame than we are at preventing the mistake. We manage risk with paperwork, not with better engineering. That is a painful truth.
So bringing it all together, these 3 fault lines, capital, operations, and demand, they feed each other.
They do. If you don't have the capital, you can't fix the IT-OT gap. If you can't fix that gap, you can't respond to volatile demand.
It's a cycle. The winners in 2026 aren't just the ones working hard. They're the ones with systemic readiness.
Meaning they can learn faster than the market changes.
So the takeaway for 2026, stop relying on heroism and start investing in systems.
Because the sand in the hourglass is running out. The balance of power is shifting to those who can close the loop.
Improve, invest, or exit. It's going to be a wild couple of years.
Definitely. Time to wake up and smell the coffee.